Rick Riord has been writing books about mythology, all in the same universe, for 16 years now. And so after 16 years of doing this, he finally did a different book. So today we're going to be talking about Daughter of the Deep. Now this is a sci-fi, sort of different book. So just to give you a little context of what Rick Riord has done before, he's my favorite author. So just to give you guys a bit of context. Give me a sec. I gotta go. Okay, yeah, I'm back. 30 seconds in and it's already over. But anyway, first Rick Riord in 16 years ago. He's been doing these books for a while. He did the Percy Jackson series, one of my favorite book series of all time. He did this entire series, 5 books. I don't have all of them, but he started that off, and it's Greek mythology. And then next, he did the series, only of one of the books, Heroes of Olympus, another Greek and Roman mythology. And then he did this one. It's a very cheapo version, but it's Egyptian mythology, sort of like Moon Knight, except for a bit crazier than Moon Knight, like actual gods, Bast the cat goddess. Then he did Viking mythology with Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. Giant books here. I got all these now, so that's great. So we did Egyptian, he did Roman, he did Greek. What else can you do? He goes back and does more Greek with Trials of Apollo, which I also got. Most of these I just got yesterday, so just showing off my books. But anyway, he finally wrote his first book. Well, actually, his first major book. He did do another book, but his first actual, him sort of book that is not set in the same world. Those were all in the same world. This is not. So, Daughter of the Deep, brief synopsis. This is a brief synopsis. Anna Dakar is a freshman at Harding Pencroft Academy, a 5-year high school that graduates the best marine scientists, naval warriors, navigators, and underwater explorers in the world. Anna's parents died while on a scientific expedition 2 years ago, and the only family she has left is her older brother, Dev, who is also a student at HP. Also, they've heard all the Harry Potter jokes already, so don't go there. I don't know if that would be Anna or Anna. I'm going to go with Anna. Anna's freshman year culminates with the class's weekend trial at sea, and the details of which have been kept secret. She only hopes that she has what it'll take to succeed. All her worries are blown out of the water when on their bus ride to their ship, Anna and her schoolmates witness a terrible tragedy that will change the trajectory of their lives. But wait, there's more. The professor accompanying them informs them and Anna that Harding Pencroft has been fighting a cold war against a rival school, the Land Institute, for 150 years. Now that the Cold War has turned up to full broil, the freshmen are in danger of becoming fish food. In a race against deadly enemies, Anna will now make amazing friends and astounding discoveries about her heritage as she puts her leadership skills to the test for the first time. This is sci-fi, as you can probably see. I don't know how clear this is going to be, but you got a guy, you got Anna, you have the ship, and then you have a giant octopus in the background. So, this is a relatively short book from Rick Riord. A little bit of context here. This was the first book of Magnus Chase. This is Daughter of the Deep. And he's done a lot of thicker books. This one's relatively short. It's only 336 pages. So relatively short, 336. And without going into spoilers for this first half at least, it's a pretty good book. It started out very slow, and then when I started getting interested in the characters, the world, what was going on here, it just really got more interesting to me. And eventually, at the end, I thought, this is probably going to be his worst book. I'm going to be doing a ranking and talking about all the books that he's done whenever Percy Jackson show is coming out, and then I'm going to rank all his books, because he is my favorite author. I really want to do that, and I can't wait to do that. But for now, at least, this I originally thought was going to be his worst book. And apparently, first half of it, just sort of affirmed my theory that, yeah, it is. Because just something new is harder to do. But at the end of the day, this book did sort of make it up to me in the final half. And I enjoyed it. It isn't large scale. It's pretty small scale. I don't know if he's going to do a sequel to it. But it's a good book. I'd give it a pretty solid, 7.5 out of 10. And that's sort of sad for me to say, because most of his books I love. Most of them are 10 out of 10 for me, 9.5, 9. This one's 7.5. It might make an 8 on reread if I reread it. It's a relatively quick read, but it took me forever since, a bunch of stuff happened, stuff was going crazy, and so, it's also a bit of a weird book. It's got, octopuses, dolphins, and it's sort of got the sea thing to it. And if we're going to get into a bit more specifics here, a bit more spoilers, okay? There's some spoilers coming ahead if you're interested in reading this. But it's about Captain Nemo. She's actually his great something granddaughter. And all his tech, this submarine here from, is it 12,000 or 120,000? I don't know. Something leaks under the sea. Leagues under the sea, sorry. It's about her having the power, her DNA could make his stuff run. And, I'm not going to go into super spoilers, but there's a big twist in, the last half of it that we needed a villain, and this was a very obvious twist to me. Usually most of his twists aren't too obvious, Rick Riordan, but this twist was unbearably obvious to me that this would happen. And it wasn't horrible. It could have been way worse, but this twist sort of did bring it down a bit more for me, kept it from that 8. And I feel bad about that, but unfortunately it's true. His books are amazing. I love the author. He's my favorite. And unfortunately, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. This was a passion project. He's a big fan of Captain Nemo and that sort of stuff. And he finally wrote this book, and I didn't get to check it out. It's been out for almost a year now. And he finally wrote it. I finally got to check it out and read it. I didn't even know it came out. Favorite author, and I didn't know. And not as good as I wanted it to be. So this is just a quick review, bit random, but I wanted to talk about this. This is my favorite author. Whenever he does a new book, I think I'm going to do a review of it. And I'm going to review each series and all of the 2 Percy Jackson movies and compare them. I'm going to compare the horrible movies to the really, really, really amazing books. I'm sort of hiding this one. I got a very cheap one that has the poster of the movie for the book. It's the same book, but it's got the poster of the movie, so I'm sort of ashamed of that. But we have these amazing books here, and I'm going to be comparing them to the movie and show you how horrible the movies are. I would call them the worst adaptations from movie to film because I love the books so much. And then I'm going to be ranking every single one of his books. I'm going to be ranking all his series. I'm going to be talking and doing reviews for all his books. But that's probably not going to happen for a couple years, okay? So this is just a little book review for this book. And I would encourage you, if you're a fan of this different sort of sci-fi. Another weird 2 more weird things. She is obviously a female protagonist. This is his first actual female protagonist that he's had. The main character. You have Magnus Chase. It's about Magnus Chase. Percy Jackson. Heroes of Olympus is about many characters, but mainly it's about Jason and Percy Jackson, who are both male protagonist. And then you have Kane Chronicles, which is brother and sister, but still the brother is more the main character. And then even with his newest series, Trials of Apollo guy. So he's been very, very sort of hard set on that. Not exactly really pushing it. He does have the girl side of things in most of the books. But this is his actual full-on main girl lead. And I think he did a solid job. They do talk about periods and stuff, which is a thing that Turning Red did. But in this movie, it feels natural. It feels way more natural to me than it did in that movie. That movie, it felt sort of awkward and it wasn't for me. It was a bit uncomfortable. But for this, it just feels natural, which I enjoyed. And so this book, if you're into sort of sci-fi, underwater, sort of just sci-fi or this author. I would recommend it. It's not the best. If you haven't read Percy Jackson or Heroes of Olympus or Kane Chronicles or Magnus Chase or Trials of Apollo, I would recommend those before this one. But if you want just like a solo read, not giant series, just a simple book to read for a while, it's short, 300 and something pages, I'd recommend this. So just quick video, just because, why not? So I read it. I hope you enjoy this review. Leave your comments down below on the author if you've heard of this book or if you would be interested in reading it. I got it from the library. That's where I get most of these, but I want to be owning most of them, so I'm not going to buy them on Amazon or something. I buy them at stores, and that's where I got like 10 of those yesterday. So thanks for watching, everybody. Leave your comments down below your thoughts on it. Like, subscribe to Max Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'm Braden. This is Max Reviews. Braden out.